What's up, nerds? Welcome back to the Munch Bros in the Nerdverse. I am your host with the most, Blasphemous 13, and joining me, like always, is the ridiculously ravishing lady of all that is nerd, Tank Girl. Next to her, he's scrubbier than Zach Braff and has more gigawatts than Doc Brown. He is Dr. Cheese.
That is me, Dr. Cheese.
How is everyone tonight?
Happy Saturday, everybody.
It's a Saturday, yeah.
Oh, yes, I'm filled with beer.
Filled with beer, just like every Saturday, right? This podcast does not happen without our sponsor, beer.
What's everybody drinking? I am drinking Wild Horse,
We're all
the beer we tried last week.
Yeah, we're all over the board. I'm drinking Deftones Phantom Bride India Pale Ale by Belching Beaver.
Oh, it's
very
so good.
floral. It's delicious. Doctor?
I'm drinking an old favorite, Kilt Lifter.
Oh, Kilt Lifter, so
Scottish
good.
style amber ale. When I say Scottish style, it tastes like mixed with a little bit of scotch.
Right? I can taste it. Like, I really could.
Just that little pepperiness of it.
Yeah.
I didn't care for it when I tried it.
I thought you liked Kilt Lifter.
No.
It was... Oh, okay. I thought you said you enjoyed it.
Oh, well.
That's okay. Did anybody do anything special this week?
I cleaned my stove, like,
Cleaned your stove?
hardcore.
You did. It was beautiful when I got home from work.
In the microwave because, you know, I still am not working.
I shaved my beard.
He did. His facial hair, he really surprised me, but he's done it before, so it'll be back. So that's a cool thing.
At some point.
But yeah, it always catches me off guard when the doctor shaves his beard off just randomly. I'm like, oh, hello, clean guy I first met when back in those days, you know.
There is a method to my madness here. You see, I didn't want to go into having hot pink hair,
Oh yeah,
hot pink eyebrows with a beard.
that's it. The doctor
we
is
could-
getting his hair dyed pink,
But
hot pink.
But we could have dyed your beard too. Your
Exactly why I didn't want to.
Exactly. He's
Well-
already gonna do his eyebrows.
whole. I know. I'm very excited about bleaching your hair.
Opted into that.
That's what you know. What you might as well go all out, and it's gonna be fun.
So, if people don't know, I am Dr. Cheese's personal hairdresser from time to time.
And chef.
Oh, and chef. So, I will be the one who'll be bleaching and dyeing his hair, and
That's
I'm
true.
super stoked.
It's gonna be fun.
Also, gonna bleach some of my hair
So, oh
Just-
well, that's cool.
just for shits and giggles.
Do you know what I did this week that I thought I would? It was never even on my radar, nor was I ever. Never thought it would happen. Right? I tried mashed potato enchiladas.
Oh my god!
I
And
tried those.
you did. And that threw me off. My father-in-law comes over. He goes, "You want some enchiladas?" And we're all like, "Yes." He goes, "They're cheese." I'm like, "Okay." Put them in. Give them to my son first because ours was still cooking. And he's like, "Is this mashed potatoes?" And I got mad at him because he hates mashed potatoes. And I was like, "It's not fucking mashed potatoes. These are enchiladas. Now eat them." Grandpa said they were cheese. So me and Tank Girl, we get our food and we sit it down on this table that we're podcasting off right now. And we're like, oh, okay, these are going to be good. These look pretty interesting. And we like cut into them and take a bite. And we're like, these are goddamn mashed potatoes. Like, what? Who makes these things?
And what's super funny is my dad thought we were lying. He goes, "Who makes mashed potatoes enchiladas?" And I was like, "Your country club did."
Yeah, your club did this. And
You brought these mashed potato things to us.
Well, he didn't believe us, and he goes, "No, they were supposed to be cheese." I was like, "No, Dad, they were mashed potatoes."
they are straight vegan, like, enchiladas. I mean, besides a little sprinkle of cheese on top.
But you know what? They were still really good.
They were good.
I enjoyed them.
Vegetarian.
Vegetarian. They reminded me of, old potato tacos. Like, if you haven't had potato tacos, it's basically cheesy potatoes in a fried shell, and it's fried shut, and then just deliciousness on the inside.
We tried to make those once, and I failed horribly.
I don't know if we did, but
Yeah,
if we
we
did,
did.
okay.
It's hard to get the recipe right.
You need to basically make sticky mashed potatoes.
You're a
Like,
sticky mashed
sticky,
potato.
perfect cheesy mashed potatoes.
Like mochi.
Yeah. So, besides that, this is what we'll nerd out to tonight. We're going to talk about some food real quick, then movie review, top 3, the weekly chug, which is our favorite. So we're going to crack open a brand new beer and see how we like.
Oh, beer, that's going to be a new one for me.
Yeah.
Beer. I've never had a beer before.
We're endorsed by beer. Whether the beer fucking wants us or not. Then we're going to do something new, a new segment called Who Said That? I'm going to play some YouTube clips for you guys. You're going to tell me who said it. You can either give me the name of the person, which I would really like, or you can give me the character's name. But there's also some of these I might ask you a small question before you answer who said that, because it might break down into other thing, like another person in that scene. Then we've got sad news. We're going to pour one out for the homies. A couple people passed away this last week, and it needs to be told. And then we got our nerd news, and then I'm thinking we'll call it after that. You know, there'll be special things thrown in between, maybe a tank or a wine liner somewhere.
If you're lucky.
Oh, I hope I'm lucky. All right, this is a question, and it's going out to my fucking sister-in-law.
Penny Lane.
Her name's Penny Lane now for this show. Not her real name, obviously. Just like none of these are our real names. These are our gamer tags, or what we would like them. Just so people know.
Dr. Cheese is my real name.
It really is on TV.
It's
but
on-
you can't find the channel he's on.
He has his certificates.
Yes, he does on TV. But the question for food is, do those dirty black olives, yuck, green, purple, blue, I don't care, olives, disgusting things, belong on enchiladas?
Ew. Disgusting.
Or in them?
Nope.
No.
Absolutely not.
No. It's fucking disgusting.
No, there are two things in my mind that black olives belong.
The garbage.
Let's call them out olives.
I like black olives on a pizza, like a combo pizza.
On a combo pizza, yes.
Real good.
I can do that because they're not everywhere. I have a coworker who, when he ordered pizzas for our crew, he ordered a straight up olive pizza, and it was god awful. It was just olives everywhere.
The other thing is my house custom stuffing for gravy.
Okay, yeah, great, yeah. Stuffing, turkey stuffing, and all that stuff. Yeah, I can see it there. Yeah, not on olives. To me, it's mixing Greek with Mexican, and that's weird.
Okay, so
Yeah.
my side of the family, they're super white. Blasphemous is Mexican, and
I mean, we're white Mexicans,
Well,
but
what-
we've got the Mexican in us.
yes. So everybody on my side of the family loves olives on their enchiladas, except for my stepmom, which
She's part of our team.
Yeah, she is part of our team. She does not like olives in enchiladas. But then again, I hate olives. I refuse to eat them. I don't like how they smell, I don't like how they feel, and I don't like how the way they taste. And people who love olives, you're wrong.
But you know what's funny is I remember being a child, like maybe 5. I can remember that far back. 5, and eating them off my fingers and loving them. And then one day I just ate one and they were disgusting to me. I just I never liked them after that. It was weird. So I guess we should just straight up say, do olives belong on enchiladas, Doctor?
No.
Tank Girl.
Hell no.
And I say, oh hell no. No olives. Sorry, Penny Lane. You lose.
You suck. You suck at life.
Just as a side note, there is one other thing that olives do belong in. Martinis.
Martinis, yep.
And if you like it really, really dirty, then you get a lot of olive juice. And I know people who like it dirty.
Of course you do.
You're dirty birdie cheese.
Dirty birdie cheese. That's a nasty sounding block of cheese right there.
Sounds like an STI.
An STI.
Ew.
How about we do now a review of a movie?
Ooh, yay!
We all, just today, watched the new DC animated movie, the second to last of this series. Superman landing in Soviet Russia is pretty crazy. He would have communist views instead of what we know as capitalist views, right?
Well,
Right. But it also was painted by his upbringing where where he was shown a lot of care from his matriarch.
Yeah. I forgot what her name was. Was it Svetlana?
Yeah.
Warning, there are going to be spoilers because we are
Yeah, 'cause
talking about this.
We're talking about this. Our review. I'm going to talk about it. If you don't want to hear this, then just go watch it, and you can tell us.
Yeah. So, what Superman usually will always do is be the most pure version of what the national virtue is.
Yeah.
That's what he's supposed to be a symbol of.
Mm-hmm.
So they showed the most altruistic version of a communist at the beginning.
Yeah, so communist Superman, and he is kind of responsible for the creation of communist Batman. Or actually, I guess he would be anti-communist Batman.
Well,
because they died in the, you said the Gulag, right? Just where all the slaves basically of Russia were put. And he blames Superman for not helping them because Stalin put him there and he was working for him.
which I pointed out.
You did,
that
because I was like, oh, why is this little boy all pissy? His parents died, and then, like...
He stood up.
He stood up and these bats flew from behind him.
And I was like, oh my god, that's Bruce Wayne! And
Whatever his name is.
whatever his
Batman.
name in Russia is.
You're like
but,
that,
yeah.
and he blames Superman to his face. Where were you when my parents needed your help? Or
Now,
something.
when Batman did show up, he was badass. He took
he was
him
no mercy.
down. He had no mercy. He had no problem killing. He had no problem,
Dude,
destroying
He
people.
fucking killed himself.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
story was that because he saw the flaws in having basically a hero control the whole entire government, he saw that, that person trying to save everyone was going to doom a bunch of people. So he violently reacted to that. He became a terrorist.
But all he ever knew was pain and hurt and violence because of where he was put.
What was the kind of activism that he knew how to do against a totalitarian government that had a superpower?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A legit superpower.
I did like how it was between the 40s and 80s. Like,
Yeah.
that whole timeline was that. And it's cool because you get Wonder Woman, who is still, she's from Themyscira.
Yeah, she never ages,
She
so-
never ages, except for when
I mean, I
her
guess it
lasso
depends on
broke.
what universe, though?
Well, when her lasso broke,
Yeah.
she aged
Yeah.
extremely fast. But then, you also have Lex Luthor, who is married to Lois Lane, and that was crazy.
Yeah, Lois Lane Luthor. That was weird.
LLL.
Like,
And then you
triple
got, the Green Lantern Corps that
Well,
was
yeah,
in
they
there,
found, They found an alien who wasn't Abensur, and they cut the ring off his finger, took his finger right off, and then somehow harnessed it and got more rings. Mm-hmm. And then they basically made the Green Lanterns like the Air Force
Yeah.
of the United States.
And then,
Kinda cool.
and then what was really cool, too, is, you had Brainiac in there, you had, all these different characters from in this timeline, which was really, really cool. And I did like how the story went. And
I thought it was good, yeah. It's definitely I think everybody should watch it. It's good. Their DC animated movies are better than the regular movies, technically.
by the way, Superman totally kills Stalin.
Oh yeah, that was fucking brutal.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I would actually have to give it a ripe, though. I can't give it really a perfect score because at the end it had this super capitalist propaganda.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think that's what the point of it was, though, is to be super,
Because it's set in that world where
Yeah, it's set in the-
communism probably still is popular, but they just aren't showing it at that point in time because Superman's supposedly dead.
propaganda, communist, dictatorship. Like, they're going in those countries. That is what they do. And then
Well, I
if
mean-
you are against that, then you're wrong.
It as an art product, it has a message to send, and at the very end, it sent a message of propaganda, painting capitalists in a heroic light.
True.
That is true.
True. But I mean, if you think about the 80s was all about that shit. They fucking made a movie, Red Dawn. to make people look like, oh, Russians are horrible. Like, because it was the time. Like, it was America versus Russia. You know, so I could see the same thing going on in that movie too. Yeah. Hey, look, capitalism's better because this did bad, you know. So, but I still think it was a really good movie. Check it out.
I thought it was a really good movie, and what's really cool is in the special features, they have a preview for Justice League Dark.
The last movie
The
in
last
this series.
last movie in this series and universe, and it's Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, and I'm so stoked for this
Well, it's
movie.
basically all the teams, not just the Justice League Dark.
Yeah.
But they brought them in to help because it was, you know, Teen Titans
You had
and it was the Justice League, and now they're going to Justice League Dark help out.
and you got
against
Constantine, got Constantine in there too, and it's going to be
Everybody's going to be there.
it's going to be a brutal movie. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, it's going to be good. So that is our movie review of Superman Red Son by DC. While we're talking about comic book movies, I want to know a top 3 comic book movies. Ooh, this is going to be fun. Huh? What do you think? Comic book movies doesn't have to be fucking guy in a cape, obviously. There's so many.
Could it be
comic book
anything including animated?
movies. Yeah. Comic book movie.
Okay.
Let's see. Who wants to go first? Anybody?
Does it have to be a movie? Can it be a series?
No.
Movie.
It has to be a movie.
Well, I mean, it could be a movie series if it's just like 3 of them.
No,
Yeah.
I mean a miniseries.
No, not miniseries.
Okay,
I want a movie. I want straight out the theaters.
All right. I got mine.
Okay.
Okay, Tank Girl.
All right. So it's a mixture between DC, Marvel, animated, and live action. So my number 3 has to be Suicide Squad: Assault on Arkham
That's a good
/ Hell to Pay. Both of those. Those
Oh,
are
yeah.
those are my number 3.
Hell to Pay was ridiculous with all the gore that was in
Oh,
there.
it was amazing.
Oh my god.
So I loved both those renditions. I thought they were really good. And honestly, if you haven't seen any of the DC animated movies, you should. Okay, number 2. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Oh, that was a good movie.
That tugged at my heartstrings a little bit with Yondu, and he goes, "You're like Mary Poppins." Is he cool? The coolest. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. And then when he tries to save him, he goes, "He might be a father, but he ain't your daddy," and broke my heart.
Oh yeah.
Literally,
Yondu dying.
Yondu dying killed me.
That was sad time.
Killed me.
Yeah, that was a very, very sad moment.
All right, and then my number 1. God, and it just sucks because
You've already made this really hard for me to choose. I haven't even heard of the Doctor Episode. These are great movies.
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Okay,
Now, tell
so-
me why.
I love Deadpool because he is the most accurate
Yes, you're fine.
of anybody. And also, Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool, which is really great. And I love the fact that they stay true to how Deadpool actually is. Like with all these other movies, they like tweak it a little bit so it's more friendly. But with Deadpool, it is like you're going to be raunchy, you're going to be fucked up, and that's how he is. And I actually love that. Like, of course, like all the superhero movies in the Marvel universe are great. They are really good. But they tweak them differently.
Yeah, but all the X-Men characters in the Deadpool universe.
Oh, hiding out in the mansion.
And they're trying.
No, I mean like all of the actual Marvel characters in the Deadpool movie universe.
Yeah.
Are like pitch perfect to the comics.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
and that's why I think that the Deadpool movies are one of the best when it comes to accuracy.
Because it's a fan movie.
I can actually give you 2 more, but we're only doing a top 3
for now.
But
You-
so that's what I pick
Okay.
for my 3.
Doctor.
My first one, I'm gonna pick kind of a soft one. Big Hero 6.
Big Hero 6.
Oh my god.
Great superhero movie.
Absolutely love that.
Are you happy with your care now?
That movie that movie hits you in all the right feels and then gives you the
I didn't know
action
we could.
and gives you TJ Miller. That's what only Deadpool could do, but guess what? No.
And
Disney
Stan
got
Lee
TJ.
was in it.
And he was in it. He had a cameo.
Mm-hmm.
He loves cameos.
It was a good film. I loved it. It had moments that made me cry.
Yeah.
Legitimately made me cry. Where his older brother died.
Oh my god.
It hurt
Absolutely.
so bad.
That was so heartbreaking because I couldn't imagine my older sibling dying. Like,
That was heartrending at the level of Up for me.
did it hit you at your core?
Yeah. Up was a sad one too.
The first 5 minutes you cry.
All right, now I started out with a sad one. Now let me pick it up. Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass.
Kick ass.
Such a good. I wish.
Both of them in theater.
I wish they would have made the third.
Oh, me too. It would have been so great. It was such a raunchy
It was so
takedown.
real.
Yeah, it was a raunchy takedown
Fun.
of superhero films. It was great.
Fun
Yeah.
fact, there are 2 Quicksilvers in Kick Ass.
Yeah, both Quicksilvers are in Kick-Ass.
The one that was in the X-Men universe and
That's
one of them was
true.
in the Marvel
And the one who
universe.
plays Ass Kicker is the other. The other. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Damn Quicksilvers and Kick Ass.
right?
Damn, this-
I love it.
Those were such great movies.
Yes, they
But even in
were.
the second one, you had Jim Carrey.
Yeah, Jim Carrey was great in
I
that.
forgot what his name was, but he was like some American.
Captain Stars and Stripes.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
was
he was
funny.
he was like
Damn.
Turbo American. He like
Yeah, you have a dog,
listened
too.
to like Infowars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He was like super patriot.
Super Patriot, but it was funny. And then it's just like, oh, they're all dead. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the guy killed super hard.
Right, super hard. Okay,
It was brutal.
so you had.
Speaking of brutal,
Okay, so you wait. Go over your list one more time. It was Big Hero 6,
Big Hero 6,
Kick-Ass, and your third,
Super
Super. Oh, have I seen
with
Super?
Rainn Wilson,
I think I did.
I don't,
Kevin Bacon.
I can't
I
remember.
don't
You're gonna have
think
to go
I've
over
seen
it.
it.
Go over it real quick. I've seen
Okay.
so many like superhero movies like that.
It's about this very Christian and I think kind of slow fella, played by Rainn Wilson. He gets married to Liv Tyler.
Oh, Liv Tyler. I love Liv Tyler.
Yeah, he gets married to Liv Tyler. She gets addicted to drugs, and she runs out on him.
Oh, that's sad.
So, as his coping mechanism, he kind of escaped into a comic book world where he was told by a real, actual, like, comic book Christian superhero that actually exists in the real world. He was told by him to become a superhero. So he becomes this superhero called the Red Bolt. And he goes around hitting people with a fucking monkey wrench.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's like super brutal about it too. Like the first thing he does, it seems really unnecessary for him to be that brutal about it. But he goes and he sees someone butting into line, right? He finally has his suit and shit ready. The guy won't like get back to the back of the line. He basically tells him to fuck off. And so he runs back to his car, gets his suit on, gets that monkey wrench, and just smashes the guy's face in and runs off.
I've never seen that.
I don't know if I've seen it. I've always wanted to see it.
Yeah, he goes around like being this like half-witted superhero, and it's really brutal. And it has what's her name? Ellen Page in it.
I think maybe did she? Do they die at the end?
She dies.
Oh, I think I've seen that. Then have you seen another superhero movie that's like nobody ever watched? Was called Defendor with Woody Harrelson.
No, I wanted to watch that.
I own it, so if you want to watch it, you can watch it. That's some whole other thing. That's a good list though. And let me. Tanker, what was yours one more time?
Mine
Hell,
was
the two Suicides.
the 2 animated Suicide Squads
together.
as one. Then it was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and then the Deadpool movies.
God, so those are some good lists.
What would yours
Indeed.
be?
I'd see it wouldn't be mine, but I would have to pick from you two. But top 3 comic book movies. Oh jeez. I would have to say I like Tank Girl.
Oh my god, why did it... See, okay, to me, I didn't pick it because it's my way of life, so I live it, and
Okay.
that's how I am.
Tank Girl.
Lori Petty,
And
I
because it is a
love
comic
you.
book now, Back to the Future. And because this one's a comic book as well, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Oh,
You dirty, dirty man.
you dirty bitch.
I mean, there's so many other good movies too, like the Keanu Reeves Constantine.
See, I-
just so many good stuff.
Well, see, like,
Blade.
Keanu Reeves.
I
Blade.
had like 2 or 3 more, and I
Okay.
would have put Tank Girl on there.
Oh, well, I mean,
But also, like, I would have put the original Ninja Turtle movies because that
Ninja
is a
Turtles,
comic
it is
book.
a comic book.
I would do the Michael Keaton Batmans because I love Michael Keaton. And I would also do, what is it? Which one did we just watch? Oh, Hush.
Oh yeah, Hush. That's well, it's a
Hush.
Batman movie. Just say Batman.
Hush,
Hush, yeah.
Batman animated movie Hush was
Hush would be
so great.
a great movie for them to turn into a Batman movie.
Yeah.
Either Hush or Under the Red Hood. People would pay ridiculous amounts of money if Under the Red Hood was becoming a real live action movie.
I'm surprised you didn't say Teen Titans Go to the Movies.
That was a really
That's
good movie.
the best movie ever, and if people don't think so, they can
Especially
eat a
the-
pile of horse buttholes.
Especially
that movie is so good.
I didn't think I would
end.
enjoy it at all. I thought I would hate it. And then they said, hey, you need to watch this. This is like the best movie. And I was like, well, I trust your judgment, so I'll watch it.
Oh,
And I watched it, and I was just glued to the TV.
You were like, this movie is so dark.
no,
so
next,
funny, too.
Next, we have to watch Teen Titans versus Teen Titans Go. Like, that is a great movie,
Yeah,
too.
so you get the first iteration cartoon of them going against the Teen Titans Go.
Yeah, like there's this scene in Teen Titans Go to the Movies that they have Raven just go ahead and slip the unknown defenders into
the Challengers of the Unknown.
the challengers in the unknown. Thank you. Into this just nether realm, just to float.
Yeah, just
Just-
a
just
never-ending
a void.
bit like void. Yeah,
Yeah, and like the first thing the guy says to the group is like, "Well, challengers, there's nothing waiting for us here but madness." Like,
and then it just pans away from that scene.
yeah, I was like, "That's so dark."
Okay, I think
kids' movie.
I think my favorite part was at the very end where Robin is like freaking out. He goes, "Kids, ask your parents where babies come from." I'm
And
like,
then the
what the
then the,
fuck?
the movie ends. They did that to us while we were in the theater, and all these kids started going, "Where do babies come from?" It was the biggest the biggest troll ever. It was done in that movie. It was so
So
great.
if you don't have kids and
You
you,
can still
haven't
watch it.
seen it, you will get a really good laugh because also Stan Lee makes an appearance in this movie.
in a DC movie,
He goes, "I don't care if it's DC. I like making cameos."
of cameos.
I love cameos.
I feel like that was DC's way of saying, "Hey, you're getting old. If you pass, at least you were part of us for a second." You know,
Yeah.
right.
like that was a great thing.
Rest in peace, Stan Lee.
But yeah, those are good. I gotta pick between you two. That's the point of this game. Whoever does a top 3 has to hear your 3 and listen why, and then figure out which one they like more. I mean, I love both of these. Those Suicide Squad movies are awesome. They are not meant for children at all.
They're very brutal.
gory and amazing.
And Tank Girl loves some gore.
I mean, it's not like horrible gore, but it's gore like, oh shit, somebody's head just blew up. I wasn't expecting that in an animated movie. Guardians of the Galaxy,
Volume 2.
Yondu dying, so sad, but such a great movie. Their soundtracks are always on point for those movies. And then, what was the first one?
The Deadpool movies.
The Deadpool movies, those are always good. Like, they made so much money off of something that cost like, what was it, $25 million?
Logus McBrogus loves Once Upon a Deadpool
Once
too
Upon- yeah,
because
the
he can
PG-13
actually
version of
he can
Deadpool.
actually watch it.
You know what's...
There's a lot of scenes they added to that movie. That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
because he basically took Ben Savage hostage and
Yeah,
was
that was
reading him
funny
a
as
story, which was the movie.
Just like the Princess Bride.
Yeah, it was in the same...
In the same
The
room,
same
he was
room
wearing the
that he was
same
in The
clothes
Princess Bride.
and everything,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
he
it was
was
so funny.
tied to the bed. I mean, come on, that's That's something Deadpool will do.
It was, and he breaks canon like that. He's like, look at the movie you were in, you know?
He's like, shh.
Ben Savage keeps like insulting the fuck out of him.
Right?
too.
And he just won't hear it. He just doesn't care.
And then he was like talking about Nickelback and
That's the one thing Deadpool did that I never liked. He defended Nickelback. Nickelback's god awful. I don't care if they make shit tons of
They're
money.
like the Beatles. But are they?
But are they?
But are they? And that was like the best troll ever.
Yeah, Ben Savage was the greatest. Or was it? No, Fred Savage. Sorry, not Ben Savage. It was Ben Savage is Corey.
Yeah.
Fred Savage. We're sorry, Fred.
He was
You're
in
so
the
much better
Wonder
than your brother, I
Years.
think. Even though I loved Boy Meets World. Yeah, Wonder Years. That was my show. That's how old I am.
I know.
I grew up watching that when I was like 3 to like 7.
You're my dirty old man.
I am.
That's me too. 48.
I loved Wonder Years, and then Boy Meets World came on. I didn't even know that they were brothers, and they were in movies together. You know,
Little Monsters.
Little Monsters, yeah. And then I was like, Boy Meets World came on, and I was like, oh, this guy's cool. And I thought, oh, they're brothers. Oh. So yeah.
Yeah, they look exactly like each other. Oh, they're brothers.
Oh yeah, it didn't make sense. Didn't click till now. I was a stupid little kid. So, and then your top 3. The first one was
Big Hero 6.
Big Hero
I've been
6.
drinking. Sorry, Big Hero 6. Oh, that's a great movie. I love the idea of Japan mixed with San Francisco.
Yeah,
San
San
Francisco. That was so cool. Like that's how I want to see a city. Like that was cool. Your second one was
Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass. It's so gory and brutal in all the right ways. It doesn't make you cringe, but it's like, oh shit, that could totally happen.
Yeah, but in some scenes it does, and it's kind of a necessary takedown of like the whole like power fantasy of a superhero.
Yeah, like when,
Also,
like-
Chloe is badass in that movie.
Yeah. Like when he was trying it out for the first time and he gets his ass beat to shit. Like he almost dies. And that's what would happen if you're trying to be a superhero and you've never done this before.
Yeah.
You're going to get probably killed or almost killed.
Yeah, that's absolutely what happened too.
It's the will of getting back out there and doing it again and learning from your mistakes if you can do that after all that emotional abuse.
It's the eye of the tiger.
Yeah, right.
It's the thrill of the fight.
No, it's not.
And then your first one was wait, I forgot what you said. It was Super. I
With Rainn
feel like
Wilson.
I've seen that. Was it like? I'm still trying to get the ending. If I've seen it. Were they going against like a mob?
No, they went into like this compound though. It was like this drug dealer's house.
Yeah, and they were trying to take it down, and then she ends up getting shot or something.
Yeah, it wasn't a mob. It was a drug dealer trying to partner up with another person of ill intent
Okay.
in order to make a deal.
I have to see that again, but that list sounds so good, and so does yours. I'm gonna have to go with Dr. Cheese today.
You went with Dr. Cheese last time, too.
I don't think I did.
Yeah, you did.
Well, I mean, I love Big Hero 6. That made me cry too.
I mean, okay. I thought my list was really good.
I didn't say your list wasn't. Your list was actually really good. Okay, so Dr. Cheese, congratulations. For that, I grant you a beer, and with that beer will be today's Weekly Chug.
The weekly chug.
The
Please,
weekly chug.
dish out the beers. That's what you get for winning. You
I
can
have-
dish out the beer.
I have brought to us a bountiful bounty,
A pizza port beer,
a pizza port beer called
Oh.
Chronic Ale.
Chronic Ale. Give me that, I'll pass it to the lady. Milady, I will open it for you.
No, I want to open it
Oh,
myself.
okay. Well, you open it so then they can hear you actually opening it. God,
Ready?
That is Doctor taking them off. the
Ready?
plastic
Here we
bag.
go.
Hold on.
No, he's gonna do it one. Let him get this one. It's being really loud.
Okay.
You pop it off to put your beer down and then wait. Never mind. Just go.
It's beer time.
It's beer time.
Oh, do you hear how crisp that sounds?
All right. This is called Chronic Ale. It's
Amber ale.
from Pizza Port Brewing. It's an amber. It's actually, I had just the foam right now because it was foaming out. It tastes good. my nose isn't working today. I don't know if you can smell anything. I can't really smell anything, but
It's a very light flavor.
Oh my god, that's
the
interesting.
beer is very good. It's a very refreshing beer. It's almost got a bitter at the end, like an
that-
IPA, but it's not.
But the aftertaste is like, it's very clean.
It is.
It
away.
is.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I was thinking. It's very clean. It's not super harsh. It's not super bitter. It goes down smoothly, and it's like a very it's kind of refreshing. Like I can drink this like on a summer night outside with a fire pit.
Yeah, it's very refreshing. It's a 4.9%, so it's not the highest alcohol, but I could see myself drinking more than one of these, unlike some of the higher ones, and getting the same effect afterwards.
This would be dangerous drinking.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you also, if you hold the beer on your tongue, it's an entirely different beer.
let's try this.
Really? Okay, let me try.
It is.
Yeah, it's a very dark.
It turns almost like into a brown ale when you hold it on
You know
your
what's
tongue.
crazy?
This is an entertaining beer. It's
You know,
very good.
well, you know what's crazy? This is an amber ale, and I'm not big on amber ales. If I find a good one, I'll drink it. But this one is actually very refreshing, and for all those lady nerds out there who don't drink a lot of dark ambers or whatever, or what kind of beer. This is something that you ladies might like because it is very refreshing. It doesn't taste dark and bitter and like shit. It actually is really good. So,
Yeah.
lady nerds, Chronic Ale. Try it.
I'm going to read what's on the can. It says, "We have brewed more chronic ale overall than any other beer in our vast portfolio at each and every port. It is a crowd pleaser and awesome introduction to craft beer given its smooth, relatively low alcohol nature. This mellow amber ale goes well with anything or can be enjoyed all by itself." Cheers.
Mellow is definitely the perfect descriptor for it.
But I love how it's mellow, but then like you said, you hold it on your tongue, it almost gives you like a brown ale like flavor.
Like almost like a Newcastle.
Yeah, very close.
Ooh, I love Newcastle,
little-
but this is so much lighter than Newcastle, and I like
Yeah,
that.
but you don't taste it when you hold it on your tongue, and then you swallow it. It doesn't taste like a brown ale to you, almost.
No, it tastes really good.
It's a little sweet on the sting.
Yeah, it's very good. Well, I mean, I could drink probably a 6-pack of this stuff. It's that good for me, so I'll give it a 6-pack.
Is that the highest rating?
Go whatever you want. If you feel like you could drink more, then you up it. You up the ante.
Okay, if I was to drink a certain amount of these, I give it a 4-pack. Because after 4, I be lit.
Be looser than a goosey.
Shoot,
Loosey goosey.
somebody would get lucky, that'd be for sure.
That would be great.
Now, are we talking hypothetically based on how much I like it or how much I think I could physically drink?
How about you tell me both? We'll do how much you like it first.
How much I like it, I could probably drink a keg of it.
Okay, I could say I would say a keg too.
Oh, I would.
You'd probably say half a keg.
I probably do like half a keg.
Okay, so how much could you actually drink?
How much could I actually drink? Probably a 12-pack, and I'll probably look real stupid at it.
You are such a lush.
You stupid.
I'm not a lush, I just have a really high tolerance. I've been drinking beer forever.
Yes.
Well, when you're not working, what else is there to
Yeah, but
do
he
but
started
drink?
drinking beer way before I did, so.
And also, I trained with...
Honey, I've been drinking beer way before you have.
I trained with Nixon.
Oh, you have.
Yeah, the guy who created that TIL.
TIL.
Yeah, on Reddit.
Oh,
It's a really popular subreddit.
sorry, I'm not a Reddit person.
Yeah, I have no idea what Reddit is.
I need to. I've always
honestly.
told myself I need to get on it, but I never do.
Shout out Nixon.
Nixon. All right, well, we got a new game to play.
Oh, yay! I love games.
So speaking of games, I've got a new game for everybody.
Ooh, I love games.
It's fun. It's gonna be fun. It's called Who Said That? And thank you for your chair. It's all good. Who Said That is what we're gonna call it. and I'm gonna play clips for you from YouTube, from different movies. You're gonna tell me who said that, and if you can give me the name of them, that's great. If you can give me their character, that's good too. I would rather have the name because all actors should get their credit. So here's your first one.
Did your parents have any children that lived?
Sir, yes, sir.
I bet they regret that. You're so ugly you could be a modern art masterpiece. What's your name, fat body?
Sir, Leonard Lawrence, sir.
Lawrence what, of Arabia?
Sir, no, sir.
That name sounds like royalty. Are you royalty?
Sir, no, sir.
Do you suck dicks?
Sir, no, sir.
Bullshit, I'll bet you could suck a golf ball through a garden hose. I don't like the name Lawrence. Only faggots and sailors are called Lawrence. From now on, you're Gomer Pyle.
Sir, yes, sir.
Do you think I'm cute, Private Pyle? Do you think I'm funny?
Sir, no, sir.
Then wipe that disgusting grin off your face.
Sir, yes, sir.
Well, any fucking time, sweetheart.
Sir, I'm trying, sir.
Private Pyle, I'm gonna give you 3 seconds. Exactly 3 fucking seconds to wipe that stupid-looking grin off your face, or I will gouge out your eyeballs and skull fuck you.
I'm sorry. That is hilarious to me. And I know it's a fucked up movie, but it's hilarious.
Is it bad that I saw that movie when I was like 14?
No. I didn't watch that movie until I was like 19.
It wasn't my parents' fault. I was at a friend's house.
Of course you
And he
were.
had his dad's movies, and we were like, let's watch Full Metal Jacket.
Rest in peace,
That's
Arlie
obviously
Ermy.
what that is, but yeah, Arlie Ermy, you guys all know that.
Full Metal Jacket is such a fucked up movie, and it's really good. This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine. And then he blows his fucking head off in the goddamn bathroom.
Right? It's crazy. It's a great movie.
Can you name me that actor, though?
Oh, his name's Vincent something. He was also Kingpin, and
it wasn't Daredevil.
yeah, it was Daredevil.
It was
Yeah,
Daredevil.
it was Daredevil. He was Kingpin and
Oh,
Daredevil.
you're talking about Daredevil.
movie.
No, the movie was...
No, in the show.
Oh, in the
the
show.
Green
That's
Mile
right,
guy.
yeah.
And he was also in
right.
The Cell with Jennifer Lopez.
That's the
he
one.
was in.
Doesn't even look
Law
like
and
him in that
Order.
movie. He's crazy.
I can
Dude.
tell you what his name
His name's
is.
Vincent something.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
D'Onofrio. I love him as an actor.
Yes, he's great.
And he was crazy in Full Metal Jacket. He was kind of like whatever, and
No,
then
he's smiling because supposedly the inside scoop is that nobody could keep their faces straight when Arlie Ermy was saying these lines to them over take after take, so they couldn't stop laughing. So the pile scene, he's laughing from the real world into the movie.
Oh, wow.
That's what people are saying.
And if you haven't seen Full Metal Jacket 1, it's very intense, but it's a very good movie. And I'm sorry that I laughed at that clip, but
it's funny.
I've seen it and I know how he is, and it's hilarious.
It's a movie you quote because it's hilarious and ridiculous.
I will
It's the most-
skull fuck you!
Arlie Ermy is just a very quotable guy.
He was. Sad that he passed from pneumonia in 2018.
Very heartbreaking.
It was very sad. I miss him in movies, but I'll watch something with him in it soon.
I heard that he ad-libbed a lot of that. Role.
Yeah, he probably did. He was the drill sergeant, so.
In real life.
All right, shut the fuck up. It's for the second one. You're gonna listen to the scene that I have. Don't just raise your hand. I know you were thinking you're just gonna talk it. No, you're gonna listen to the whole scene. Here's the next one.
Yo, who's on munchies tonight, yo?
Not me. I guess that'd be me. What do you guys want?
Get some sour cream and onion chips with some dip, man. Some beef jerky, some peanut butter. Get some Haagen-Dazs ice cream bars, a whole lot of hot. Make sure chocolate. Gotta have chocolate, man. Some popcorn, red popcorn, graham crackers. Graham crackers with the marshmallows, the little marshmallows, and little chocolate bars, and we'll make some s'mores, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yo. Also, celery, grape jelly, Captain Crunch with the little crunch berries. Pizzas, we need 2 big pizzas, man. Everything on them with water, a whole lot of water, and Funyuns.
All
Need
right.
some bunions.
Who told us what munchies to get?
Oh my god. So I know his name. He's not a stoner, but he's an alcoholic.
It's Jim Brewer.
Jim Brewer.
It's Jim Brewer from
Half Baked.
Half Baked. Very funny stoner movie. If you're not into stoner movies, that movie is the one you should probably watch.
Also with
Oh, yeah,
Dave.
it's
Try
great.
one out.
Also with Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle and what's his
Who-
name that played the Rocket Man? I keep forgetting his name. But he was the other guy who gets arrested.
And then you got a little Mexican who goes.
I know
"Fuck
who
you."
you're talking about, but it's definitely the name.
I forgot his
escapes me.
name, but he played Rocket Man.
He's like one of those actors that you know who he is, but you don't know his name.
Yeah, we'll have to figure his name out one of these
Half
days.
Baked is such a great movie.
Yeah. Alright, let's go to more of a serious thing.
Okay.
Let me see just a second. Okay.
I-
Yeah. Okay,
Hey,
this one.
Dr. Cheese, I think we're doing a pretty good job, don't
You
you?
guys are 2 for 2. There's 7 of these.
Yeah.
Here's the next one. This is more serious.
You snotty little bastard.
Your Honor, I'd like to ask for a recess.
I'd like an answer to the question, Judge.
The court will wait for an answer.
If Lieutenant Kendrick gave an order that Santiago wasn't to be touched, then why did he have to be transferred? Colonel, Lieutenant Kendrick ordered the code red, didn't he? Because that's what you told Lieutenant Kendrick to do.
Object!
And when it went
That'll
bad,
be all,
you cut
Counsel.
these guys loose!
Your Honor,
You had
Counsel, I'll
markers
hold you
inside
in
a phony
contempt.
transfer.
Your Honor.
You doctored the logbook.
Damn it, Cappy!
You coerced the doctor.
Consider
Now
yourself
I'm
in
asking you,
contempt.
Colonel Jessup, did you order the code red?
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
Alright.
Oh.
Who were the actors in that scene yelling at each other?
Tom Cruise and Jack Nicholson in A Few Good Men.
That is it. That's 3 for 3.
That is
Doctor didn't even have to say shit.
I had those answers too.
Good.
that is like such a great movie, an iconic line. You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. And Jack Nicholson is just all around badass.
Oh yeah.
And then we got, Middle Tooth.
Middle Tooth
Middle
Cruise.
tooth. He's using his middle tooth powers to get the truth.
The truth.
I want the truth!
Alright. Here's your next one.
You know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in Paris?
They don't call it a quarter pounder with cheese?
Oh man, they got the metric system. They wouldn't know what the fuck a quarter pounder is.
And what do they call it?
They call it the Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese.
That's right.
What do they call a Big Mac?
Big Mac's a Big Mac, but they call it Le Big Mac.
Le Big Mac. What do they call a Whopper?
I don't know. I didn't go on a Burger King.
Alright. Who were the two bantering in that scene?
That would be John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction.
That is it.
I knew that. That is one of my favorite Quentin Tarantino movies.
It is. It's a great movie. I love that movie.
You have my wallet. It's the one that says bad motherfucker on it.
Alright, let's go to a little bit funnier route.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Cannonball!
Alright, who was that?
That is Will Ferrell as the Anchorman.
Ron Burgundy.
Well, it's Ron.
Burgundy.
Okay, so it's Ron Burgundy, but Will Ferrell plays Ron Burgundy.
I know.
Ron Burgundy, he has his own podcast. If you don't know that, you should check it out.
Yeah, Ron Burgundy podcast is pretty good.
He talks about scotch.
And
I
it's
love
all
scotch.
It's Will Ferrell actually just staying in character doing a podcast. It's awesome.
I've heard him say, "Good evening, Sacramento," and "fuck you."
Fuck you. Yep, he's
You
great.
remember that? Fuck you, Sacramento.
This one's gonna be a Tank Girl. She's gonna love this one.
Oh, then I have to answer it.
We'll see. This is gonna be a little long, but that's okay. The last two are pretty long because they're great scenes. So here's the next one.
Hey, Evelyn, can I ask you a question? You got a moment? Which team do you play for?
Well, I'm a peach.
Well, I was just wondering, because I couldn't figure out why you would throw home when we've got a 2-run lead. You let the tying run get on second, and we lost the lead because of you. Now you start using your head. That's that lump that's 3 feet above your ass. Are you crying?
No.
Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no crying. There's no crying in baseball.
Why don't you leave her alone, Jimmy?
Oh, you zip it, Doris. Rogers Hornsby was my manager, and he called me a talking pile of pig shit. And that was when my parents drove all the way down from Michigan to see me play the game. And did I cry? No! And you know why?
No.
Because there's no crying in baseball. There's no crying in baseball!
All right.
Tom Hanks in A League of Their Own. Ugh, one of my favorite
T.
movies.
Hanks and Rosie O'Donnell.
And Madonna.
And Gina Davis.
Yeah, there's just so many people.
And Lori Petty.
There's so many people.
The Tank Girl is in this movie.
Exactly. But T. Hanks is in there.
T. Hanks.
Are you crying? There's no crying in baseball.
Well, his character's name was Jimmy Dugan, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. He played a great character in that. That's a movie that we couldn't have put it on our Tom Hanks countdown.
I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
But it's about movies that are his. That wasn't his movie.
But
that
I
was
did.
a Gina Davis movie. But I think you did.
But I did put because I love that movie and Tom Hanks was in that movie.
Yeah.
All right, next clip.
That was a good one. And to end this one, we're gonna have one of my favorite movies, and you're gonna love it too. You all know it. Here it is.
My name is Major Vincent Winifred Payne. As of 0800, I am replacing Major Frankfurt as your commanding officer. I have 8 weeks to turn you gaggle of maggots into a well-disciplined cadet unit. From this day forward, your sorry asses belong to me. You will not eat, sleep, drink, blow your nose, or even dig in your butts without my say-so. Know this. Killing is my business, ladies, and business is good. What?
I have to go to the bathroom.
You hold it, turd.
I can't.
I said hold it or I'll break that up and kick it around on the ground. What the hell was that, you little freckle-faced cartoon? Bleep, 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 bleep. What are you laughing at, pig boy? You find a piece of candy in your pocket?
No, sir.
What's your name, Tubby?
He's good, sir.
He's cool. You know, you remind me of the Doughboy. If I poke your stomach, will make you go, oh. You know what? I'm gonna help you make room for lunch, bacon boy. Drop down, give me 30 sit-ups right now. Let's go. Count 'em out. Let me see that belly roll. 1, Tubby.
1, sir.
Come on, pork chop.
Who is that?
That's Damon Wayans as Major Payne.
Major Payne.
One of the funniest movies I think ever
What are you
made.
looking at,
Oh, yeah,
Boaz?
it's so funny.
Like, he was the greatest character.
I think I watched it infinity times when I was a kid.
You know what's funny? When we showed that to Logus McBrogus, I think he was kind of skeptical at first, but he actually really liked it. 1 Tubby. 2 chubby. Major Payne is a great movie. I remember watching that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I love the part where he's like going through this like fantasy in his head, and then all of a sudden like these terrorists come by and his fucking barbecue, and he just like beats them down with a spatula.
I know.
That's great.
God, and then it was Hillary from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air
Was
who
the chick that he fell in love with.
was his love interest. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I think the funniest part is in that line, they didn't even show it because they kind of skipped through. He just randomly goes in front of this one dude who hasn't said anything. He goes, "What are you looking at, ass eyes?" And he's just his eyes are just all cross-eyed and shit. And then he goes and he yells at this kid, and he's like, "Why doesn't he respond?" And he's basically like, he's deaf, sir." He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Deaf Guy." And he's like doing these horrible like sign language. He's all, "But you tell him that if he doesn't say yes, sir, I'm gonna stick my foot up his ass." And I was just like,
And he goes,
yeah, poor guy. It's like, ugh. It just gets you because it's so fucked up.
It is a great movie, though.
But it's a great movie.
These were great picks.
90s SNL type movies.
Yeah, so some of those jokes, though, they haven't aged well.
No, they definitely have not.
They're not very well
The
at
shit
all.
they got away with
Holy hell.
on the back then was pretty bad, but it's
Yeah.
classic now.
It was fantastic.
So we went from that fun time, and I'm gonna just be a downer now.
Debbie Downer.
How dare you.
Debbie Downer. We have to pour a couple out for a couple of homies. They're not really our homies, but they're the homies of the Nerdverse in some way. We've got two. One, one of the men of rock and roll. Little Richard has died at 87.
Mr. Fruity Tooty himself.
Mr. Tutti Frutti.
Could
Gospel
not have
music
given
and blues.
That's
Man.
it's so sad, too. He died at
87.
87, yeah. That's so sad.
He had been, he was around the same time. He did Tutti Frutti. And they said it's a raucous song about sex. Its lyrics cleaned up, but its meaning hard to miss. He had reached the charts with people like Chuck Berry and Fats Domino and Bo Diddley and all that shit, and Elvis Presley.
I think he was also known for his, look, too, because he had, that slick mustache that looked like it was, drawn on,
And
honestly.
really Jerry curled hair, really
super
crazy.
Jerry curled hair.
He always he was known for that shit.
Two different.
I'll pour one out for Little Richard.
This is to you, Little Richard.
I didn't see what he died from, so we'll just leave it at that. But we had to do this one because this is Vegas basically dying here.
This is part of my childhood growing up.
Roy Horn from Siegfried and Roy had died at 75, supposedly from the coronavirus.
Ugh.
Oh, wow.
He had such a hard life after the tiger attacked him and then had a stroke.
He had a stroke, then he got attacked by a tiger, and then he dies of coronavirus.
Do you know what
guy.
do you know what the conspiracy of that was? That there was another magician who was trying to get their time slot, so he paid a woman to wear a fragrance in the front row to set off a tiger, and the tiger ended up attacking Roy. It was a big conspiracy here, people were crazy about it.
But here's the funny thing, Roy commented on that attack. I seen another one saying that the tiger did not do anything wrong. It was actually protecting him and drug him off stage to protect him.
Yep.
And people took it as him mauling it, and he said that tiger had not been destroyed. He put it in his sanctuary, and he said, "I'm great. I still love this animal."
Well, the thing about Siegfried and
That's
Roy,
great.
they love their cats. They are very big on it. And I saw the saddest thing that Siegfried said. He said, "Not only did the world lose an amazing magician, I lost my best friend."
Yeah.
You know how heartbreaking that is to hear? I grew up knowing them on the strip because I'm from Vegas. So me knowing this is that was a part of my childhood. And they've been in movies too, like Vegas Vacation and stuff like that. And just the fact that a piece of Las Vegas died is heartbreaking to me.
Do you want me to make it more sentimental for you?
Yes, please.
They started in 89 and ran for 14 years, so they were 14 when you were 14.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
when they were no longer when they stopped playing at the Mirage.
Also, at the Mirage, there is a statue dedicated to Siegfried and Roy, and people have been bringing flowers and candles to that statue.
Yeah, and something also to know if you come to Vegas when it's all open again, is that at the Mirage where they used to perform, they host a thing called the Secret Garden. And it's an animal attraction. Basically, you can go and see all the lions, tigers, jaguars, and they also have dolphins there.
Okay, so I've been to the Secret Garden a few times, and I'm going to tell you, it is beautiful. The greenery, the ambiance, it's actually really awesome. When I was younger, I used to go on field trips to the Mirage, and we actually saw a live dolphin birth when I was in 5th or 6th grade, and it was awesome. Like, because one cool thing about being in Vegas is when you do field trips, you go to cool places like that. I've been to the Shark Reef when they first opened on a goddamn school field trip.
At the Mandalay Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, back on track. If I could perfectly encapsulate how you feel about the situation, I'd say it's a bit sad. Yeah.
It is.
Right.
Sad.
Just a bit.
It is to me because, this is a piece of my childhood. This is a piece of my home. And this man was a legend. And he had a stroke.
I think what I've just read here, I'm sorry, is that he had a stroke on stage and the tiger was trying to save him by taking him off stage. That's what this says. And he said that
there's a lot of conspiracy, but I remember the day that it read that Roy was attacked by the tiger.
Well, yeah,
and
that sells papers. And,
it sells
news
papers.
Stories and.
But here's to you, Roy Horn. You will be greatly missed in Las Vegas, and you were a true treasure.
I'm pretty sure he inspired a lot of magicians somewhere. All right.
He made tigers disappear. Fuck yeah.
He made everything disappear. All right, we're going to get back on track, and we're going to do some nerd news.
Nerd news.
Nerd news.
And Tank Girl said she's going to start this one off.
All right. So, this came across. Actually, my wonderful husband sent it to me and said, hey, look at this. And I feel like I need to speak about this. So, Warner Brothers reportedly has been looking into focusing more on rebooting Superman than making a Supergirl movie. Now, they hired a writer to do a Supergirl movie. His name is Oren Uzel, and he has done Mortal Kombat, 22 Jump Street, the Cloverfield Paradox, and Sonic the Hedgehog. He's been writers for those movies. They hired him to do a Supergirl movie, but at the last minute, Warner Brothers and DC decided, you know what? We're not gonna do Supergirl. We're gonna redo Superman. Now, I don't mind Superman, but how many movies does he have? I honestly think that maybe having a Supergirl movie, I know we have this show, and I love this show, it's really good, but I would love to see Supergirl on the big screen.
Superman's starting to get that Batman syndrome. Too many movies.
Yes, and I just honestly feel like that Supergirl needs her chance. Her story is actually really good, and people don't understand that. And I get really irritated when they're like, oh, well, we're actually going to start doing this project, but you know what? We're going to pull it because we're going to go back to what we already know. And they were talking about, there's no word that Henry Cavill will come back as Superman. Although he was a great Superman, there's no word.
He expresses interest.
He expresses interest, but honestly, DC, Warner Brothers, come on. Let's get a Supergirl movie in here. Like, let's show what Cara Danvers has to offer.
Well, how about just use that movie to reboot the Superman franchise? Like, why not? Like, they kind of did it with the Supergirl TV show. It was all about her, and then she brings in her cousin, who is Superman, he's already established, and then just make it go from there and go into like a Reign of Superman style story.
Yeah,
where you got a whole bunch of them that all of a sudden are being made and they have to go against an alien, or you know.
Yeah, you're gonna have an origin story for Supergirl that leads into
a big saga like that.
But I just feel that you shouldn't put one hero to get ready for another one. She should have her own independent movie, and I feel strongly about that because they will always do superhero who are men. Granted, Wonder Woman is kicking ass right now, and I love that, you know.
And Black Widow is coming out.
And Black Widow's coming out, you know, all these, you know, actual superheroes, but do something that's off mainstream. Supergirl isn't really mainstream. Like, I love the fact that she has her own show on the CW, but
Or
not.
isn't it canceled now?
I think so.
I think they canceled all of them except for Flash.
Yeah, I think they're canceling all of them.
Did they cancel Green Arrow?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Green
well,
Arrow's
that
done.
That one just ended.
Oh,
but
yeah.
it was basically a cancellation, but
Mm.
they ended it because they knew it was coming.
Stephen and Mel.
And they didn't get a lot of happiness out of people, even though I thought I liked the show. You know, it's just too dark, I think, for some people on TV.
But
Ridiculous.
Like I said, you
DC's
know,
dark.
They can, maybe they're going to, maybe they didn't pull the movie. Maybe they put it on the back burner because they're going to get a Superman movie that introduces Kara and then gives her her own movie.
well, like I said, from what I read, they pulled the idea and they're going back to rebooting Superman.
Oh, I mean, I'm just saying, Disney pulls things all the time, but then they bring it back 5-10 years later when it actually fits. That's what I'm saying. If they're going to reboot Superman, because for some reason they think they're going to do that again, and they better just follow a fucking story now instead of trying to make their own, because they're doing awful with that. If they're going to do it, then do that, but then introduce her so then she can have her own movie.
Yeah, basically an in-universe storyline that spans across different hero movies.
Yeah, if you're going to be successful, you need to be like Feige and be like, we're going to have 20 fucking movies, and there's an end goal between all of them. And then it works.
And you got to do a lot of double checks. And even with that, there's still a bunch of plot holes that happen.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
that's
a
a
problem.
ballsy thing to do. Plot holes are always going to happen. Okay. For my nerd news is that Jim Lee is doing 60 sketches, like quality sketches, not just like, oh, I'm just doing the outline. No, this looks kind of like, no, he's making, it's not even a sketch. It's just like, he's making an entire piece of art. One a day for 60 days. Different things to raise money for the COVID foundation or whatever.
COVID Relief Fund.
COVID Relief Fund. And he is making quality work. He said originally he was just going to do quick sketches and sell them online. Well, now his sketches, he knowing him, I've watched him do art so much on YouTube that he gets in depth and he's like, oh shit, I gotta finish this. So he's doing it. He's got shit like this is Hal Jordan as the Spectre. Like, it's all dark and all this shit. It's amazing. He's got a bunch of other stuff too. Like, there it is right there. I know we're looking at it, sorry. But he's letting whoever bids on it in the auction, and he's for each of these he's raising thousands of dollars. People want his sketches so bad. Whoever wins the bid gets to pick what he draws next.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So he gets to pick, and there's been some crazy shit. It's all over the internet. CBR.com has a lot on it. It's basically just Jim Lee doing stuff for COVID Relief Fund. I thought it was pretty cool. And all the artwork is amazing.
That
Jim
is
Lee's
really
amazing.
awesome. Jim Lee is a icon, and he is a legend. And just the fact that he's doing something by giving back,
Oh, yeah.
you go.
Yeah, he's doing great.
Jim Lee, we support you here.
Yep. Doctor, what's your nerd news?
My nerd news. Well, you guys remember back when you first tried a computer game? Mine was Diablo 2.
Oh, I played Doom with my dad.
Oh, mine was like crazy DOS games on a computer. So it was like stupid shit like bowling that was just like horrible, like 8-bit bowling.
Oh no, I mean real gaming.
Oh, real gaming? Yeah, probably. Either Duke Nukem or Doom.
Mm-hmm. Well, mine was Diablo 2.
Oh.
And
I don't know what Diablo 2 is.
It's like the same thing, but a little bit more of a storyline.
Yeah. Diablo 2 is sort of like a beat 'em up game, but it's got a lot of like level exploring.
And in the end game, you're basically going after the devil, right? Big boss. Yeah.
Diablos.
And it's really hard.
Yeah. So, with that being said, that game is rumored to be being remastered soon.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so all the feelings of your childhood is going to be coming back.
Oh yeah.
But
Are you excited about
better
that?
quality.
I'm gonna have to build a tower actually.
Hey, I know how to build towers.
I do too.
Theater towers.
I built one when I was like 8.
Oh, I did mine like 9 years ago. I used to assemble, disassemble them constantly.
Yeah.
I still have like one of my hard drives from back then. I have no idea what's on it though.
Man, I was so out of it. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're talking about computers, right?
Yeah,
Computer towers.
We're both computer geardos.
Yes,
Yeah.
we know exactly.
Chris, the first time Tank Girl and I started hanging out, she's like, "Oh, that's my hard drive." I'm like, "What the fuck?" She's like, "It's got all my stuff on it." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
So if you are able to build a tower, and I can just like put my hard drive in it,
Just stick it in.
let me stick in my hard
She'll
drive
just
in
stick
your
her
tower.
hard drive into your tower.
I don't remember what's on it. It's from like 8 years ago. I don't remember what's on it, and I would love to know what's on it. I think maybe pictures of me and Logus Mabrogus when we were younger.
When
Like,
he was very little.
when he was like 2 or 3.
So, okay, Diablo's getting remade. Is there any other video games that you wish were being remade right now? Like, think of one.
That I wish were being remade right now.
Something not something that we would think we would pick. You know what I would pick?
What?
Because I only saw it in. It probably was on a console. I don't know, but I only saw it in arcades. If there's people younger than us that don't know what an arcade is, I don't know.
Arcades were awesome.
But it was. You remember Gauntlet Legends?
That's a real game.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I've never seen it outside the arcade ever.
Yeah, they have Gauntlet Legends, Gauntlet Legacy.
I played Legacy. Yeah, I played those all in the arcade though.
Yeah, Gauntlet's a series you can get on. I do believe I can find it on Xbox Live. You could probably find it on PlayStation Network.
That'd be dope. I thought that game was so fucking cheap when it came to playing it in the arcade. I mean, not cheap, but like they pulled cheap moves. Like, oh, you just passed this level. Okay, now insert more
Right.
fucking quarters
So
to play
I-
on. I'm like, fuck you.
So I know you guys are a little bit older than I am, but I remember when Resident Evil, the first one, came to arcades. Do you guys remember that?
Not arcades, but I remember when it came to PlayStation because it
No.
was like PlayStation 1.
So, okay,
Yeah.
we had, so it was, our arcades are in casinos because I'm a Vegas girl.
They're crazy.
And when my parents want to go out and drink, they dropped us off in the arcade and or Kids Quest.
Yeah, Kids Quest. I would have loved that as a kid.
Oh yeah, Kids Quest. They fill you up on sugar. You have a playground, and I did karaoke. So,
But if you think about it, we did have something in Sacramento. I don't know if you ever went, but you remember Discovery Zone?
I do remember the Discovery Zone.
Yes, we had those.
But anyways,
Kids Quest.
But anyways, they weren't in Kids Quest. But when I was a little bit older, I was like 13, 14, and my parents wanted to go to the casino. Well, my parents weren't together at the time. When my mom wanted to go to the casino, she dropped us off at the arcade, and it was me and my friends, or I would go with my friends or whatever. And there was a Resident Evil first-person shooter game.
Is it
With the peripherals, the gun ones?
Yeah, the gun ones, like the freaking plastic, either
It was Resident
orange.
Evil?
Yeah, it was Resident
Because I
Evil.
remember House of the Dead.
No,
That was first person.
ours was Resident Evil because it was the first one, and the graphics were awful.
It was on rails, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't Resident Evil.
What? It wasn't.
No, it
what
had to have
was
been
it?
House of the Dead.
Yeah, it was House of the Dead.
Was it? Was it?
It was 100% House of the Dead.
Oh my god, I am so stupid.
No, it's fine. Like
I'm
they
sorry,
were
I
similar.
can't-
They
I
were very
can't
zombie
rem-
shoot 'em games.
Okay, so this was literally like 19 years ago. I can't remember shit.
It's
I'm
long ago. It's fine.
an old hag. I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, it's fine. You know what I think would be a good
It was House of the Dead, wasn't it?
Yes. You know what another good one would be? And I've always wanted to see like a really very good graphics version of is Time Crisis.
Time Crisis would be cool.
I love Time Crisis.
I
That was
don't
my
remember
favorite game.
I don't remember Time
was
You
Crisis.
don't remember? It's a shooter game with a pedal.
Yeah, it was in the same style.
You
It was
sat
on
there
rails.
and you shoot, and then you pressed your foot on the pedal, and you would duck down behind something, and they pop up, and you have to you take it off, and you shoot the other.
I don't remember that.
You've seen it. It was so popular. It was in
It-
Yeah,
every
you'd have to
arcade.
duck down to reload.
Okay, you
Yeah.
have to show me a picture of the actual setup, and then I'll probably remember.
All right, we will do that. I've always wanted to have a house and have my own Time Crisis, like arcade style in my house. That'd
You know
be
what?
dope.
I wish we had our own house and had a room with an arcade, slash nerd. Like,
Well, it would be where we podcast.
I would like to see Toe Jam and Earl as a platformer.
I thought that came back.
Did it?
I swear PlayStation brought it back
Well-
as a remake.
Well, if not, Earthworm Jim.
Dude, that one I think is the one that came back, not Toe Jam. I don't know, I'm getting mixed up. I thought they both got remastered and came back, but I think it was just Toe Jam and Earl. But yeah, Earthworm Jim. I
Earthworm
remember
Jim
playing
would be
that.
a cool game.
I remember playing that on Sega Genesis at my mom's house. It was great.
Oh, yeah.
I never
It was so
had
funny.
Sega Genesis.
Yeah, you probably had Nintendo. Yeah, you look like a Nintendo person. I was part of the 90s console wars.
I'm sorry that
I
you
was a
guys are
Nintendo
almost 5 years older than I am, and I'm not as cool as you.
I was a Nintendo person.
Oh, dude, trust me, I'm not gonna lie. My mom and dad did really good getting me a system, but I always wanted a Nintendo, and they thought anything that plugged into a TV and put a cartridge in was a Nintendo. Like back then, oh, it's Sega, it's a Nintendo. I'm like, no, that's not what it is.
Yeah,
That's
but
the name.
I had a Nintendo.
Yeah, but Sega did what Nintendo don't, right?
Right? It was more graphics and had better games at the time. But you know what?
Listen.
I always wanted a Super Nintendo, and I never had one.
Listen,
Never, ever had one.
Listen, my first system was a Nintendo Slim.
Nintendo Slim.
You remember those?
Jeez.
Yeah, those things were ugly looking.
I remember when you had a PlayStation 2 Slim.
Oh, yeah.
And you would play movies on it, and then it would overheat because it's so slim it had no fan in it whatsoever.
Yeah, it's like,
okay, PlayStation, you're stupid. They're
Those were horrible.
PlayStation straight up said in their manual, please don't use this to play movies because it'll overheat and destroy your shit, and it voids the warranty.
oh, fuck. But
I'm
you can
surprised
play-
yours lasted.
But you can play video games for hours on it without
I
any
know.
problem.
I don't know how it was different, but I guess the movies back then were a lot rougher data to process or something.
Yeah, I suppose.
Like my PlayStation 4 kicks on the fan and goes super hard, and I'm just like, geez, this is noisy. So, all right. Well, that was a fun episode, I think. How you guys all feel about that?
I feel nerdy.
Tank Girl, I think, feels like she has a one-liner coming on.
Oh.
I know I could use one.
Can you use my one-liner?
I can.
Do you want it?
I want it.
All right.
he's
Dr. Cheese,
he's cringing.
are you ready?
I'm ready.
Your nipples are older than your teeth.
Your nipples are older than your teeth. That is so true. Doctor's got some long nips
It's
over
a
there.
terrifying implication
But no,
because
think
of that.
Well, but think about it. You're born with nipples. You're born with no teeth. You gain teeth over time. So, in all facts, your nipples are older than your teeth.
In all facts, because of that. There will never be more mouths than nipples.
And with that, nerds, that's all we have for this week.
I just want to say thank you to the 437 followers that we have. You guys are awesome. And if you think of anything that we should talk about or discuss, please let us know. We really want to know your input.
And if somehow you're listening to this while not liking our Facebook page or YouTube page, that's awesome. But, like it and subscribe and, ring the bell? Like, I'm not a YouTuber, but hey, you want to be part of it, come on.
Ding it.
Hit that bell.
Do it.
Just do it. Well, nerds, that's all we have for this week. We are your hosts, Blasphemous13.
Tank Girl.
Dr. Cheese.
And always remember, where we're going, we don't need roads.
Yes.